Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. So today is going to be a compilation video, and it's going to be how to make a complete storage system with your storage modules and a complete shulker loader and unloader built into it. So let's get started, shall we? Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today's video is just going to be how to make a common item sorter. But as for usual, guys, for you that have been around, you know my item list is going to be right here for everything you're going to need. And if you see this right here being 64, it's a lot easier to show some of the filter properties with a full stack, and it's also a lot easier to pull it out of the creative inventory than to have the exact 41, but you will need a 41 minimum for this filter to work. But let's get into it, guys. Okay, guys, so what you're gonna go ahead and start with is you're gonna want to start with the chest. Now you can have a double chest, single chest, barrel, whatever. It just needs to be a storage system that accepts a hopper input into it. And then once you have that down, as you can see, there's a giant ass one over there. That's for a different video series that I've been working on. It's the flower fact. It's a die factory that I've been working on. As you can see, I have been working on it. I've actually worked out some of the redstone for some of the kinks. I just now need to finish up the rest of it, record it. Should be out in the next month. Okay, so go ahead and put a hopper in there like so, and then have a hopper come up. Now, you want to have this normally come up 4 high, like so. Now, what a lot of people end up doing is they'll have multiple rows of chests, and so they'll have like a chest row here, and all you gotta do is take this, move it above that chest row, and that's all you gotta do with all your hoppers pointing into each chest, because what happens is even though this hopper is pointing inwards, if there's a hopper below it, the hopper below it's gonna get priority over the chest. So that's how those systems work. Now, what you're gonna go ahead and do is this one, you don't wanna actually have popping down like that. You wanna have it be facing into this comparator like so. And let's see if I can't pull this off. Ah, damn it. Building in creative mode is sometimes great and sometimes not great, especially when you use the crouch to place objects. Okay, so you want to have your top of your 3-line hopper facing inwards like this. Then come out by 2, drop down by 1, drop down by 1 more, and then have a block right here. And now this block right here is going to have a redstone torch off of it, and this is going to be part of your locking mechanism because this blocks this hopper. That's kind of how it works. And then once you have that, run 2 redstone dust off like so. Put a repeater in right there. The comparator goes up there. And then that's going to be the redstone in the physical building of your filter. Now, next what you're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and come in here. And this is going to be your hopper that's interlocked with your comparator. You're going to have a block that you know you're never going to have into your storage system, or you can just rename something. I went ahead and renamed 4 blocks. I just named it filter. Have them fill in your last 4 spaces like so. Then come in here. Now, again, like I said earlier in the intro, this has to be 41. I'm just using 64 to show you that it will drain itself down till it gets to 41, and then the signal pulse will not be strong enough to turn off this redstone torch anymore, and therefore creating your sorter. Now, as you can see, it's right here, and what you're going to normally have is you're going to have 1 more hopper above here, or this is going to be a water stream, whatever. This is how your items get into it. This is your item filter itself, and storage system. There you have it, guys, your basic item sorter. Okay, guys, so once you have that found out, normally what a lot of people will use it for is they'll use it for storage systems, so they'll use it for different farms. This is basically the one I designed for the thumbnail of this video, and it's the one you saw in the thumbnail when you clicked on it. But as you can see, I have these 5 different items, and then I have 5 different item sorters. Yes, they do work side to side, doesn't matter if this redstone touching each other. They do work individually, and they do work as intended. Normally, with these, you're going to have either a water stream right here or a line of hoppers. And you're either going to be feeding your farms directly into your items, or you're going to have a input chest like this right here. Now, as you can see, I have diamonds, I have iron, I have gold, I have redstone, and I have coal in this sorting system. So if I go ahead and put in those items in a random order, and then if I put in something that necessarily isn't in the item sorting lock, as you can see, it goes in, and all of my chests have one more item in them than they did beforehand. Now, if you're wondering where the random item went in, it's still up here in the delivery line because none of the item filters were for the copper ingot. Now, what some people also do is they'll just have a last section, or they'll have another hopper that just leads into a dropper or a dispenser that leads into lava, or at the end of their water stream they'll leave into lava, and that'll be like the trash can. That's how they'll get rid of extra items. But yeah, guys, simple item sorter for your storage. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. So, today's video is going to be concerned with a shulker loader. And for those of you that don't know what it is, you put a shulker in here and it just autofills it with whatever you want to. This is just a automatic sorting system that I made in a past video. It'll be linked down in the description. But guys, as per usual, here is going to be your supply list. And let's get into it, shall we? Okay guys, so we are going to break this video into two parts. The first part is going to be the basic mechanisms, and that's going to go ahead and consist of the bare mechanics of making the shulker loader work and making the system that unloads the excess items work. So for that to happen, what you need to go ahead and do is go ahead and place a block here. You don't need the frame. That frame's just aesthetic. What you do need to have happen is a piston right here, and then have a observer right here. Don't face that way, face that way. You need to have the face this way so that way it can interact with this stuff over here. Next, go ahead and have a piece of redstone dust right there. Then go ahead and have a repeater with a 2-tick set delay on it. Then go ahead and have a piston, have a block. Then go ahead and have a glass block. And then go ahead, once you have the glass block, you need to go ahead and have a normal block. Like so. Then come out like so. And what you want to have after this one is have a block up, and you will want to leave that. Show you why here in a minute. So go ahead and put that there and there. You don't want to put a redstone dust here because that's part of the locking mechanism. You will see that in part 2. Then go ahead and use a waxed oxidized copper bulb, or just an oxidized copper bulb, or any normal copper bulb. They all work the exact same for this circuit. Next, what you need is you need a comparator, so that way you can actually pull off a circuit off of this. You do not need that block. So comparator like so. And what we will be using is a horizontal 2-block piston extender. And this is going to be a modified version of the one I made at the beginning of this world, actually. It's right over there. So, to go ahead and do that, what you need is you actually need a glass block right here. And the reason why you need a glass block you will see once we get to the later parts of the video. It's just to help with signals and things not activating when they shouldn't. Then come out like so. Then once that's situated, you need to have another one right here. And then you need to have another one right here. Now, go ahead and put in redstone dust here, 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 here. Then once that's happened, put in a repeater. Repeater and 3-tick, repeater and 3-tick. Go ahead and put in your sticky pistons. And then what you need to do is you need to go ahead and put in an observer. What you need to do is you need to have the face on this side, so that way this can activate this again when it pulls back in. Now, what you need to go ahead and do is you need to have a hopper. You need to have it facing downwards. So, go ahead and do this. And then you need to have another hopper on top. And then this will just link into a hopper line that you will see later. Now, for those of you that did not know, using a comparator, you can actually pull a redstone circuit out of a shulker through a piston. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Then you want to have a repeater with one tick right here. And no, this will not cause problems. And we are going to turn on this right here. And then what we need to do is we actually then need to come down here. And we need to have a glass block. And then have a piece of redstone dust. And then have another repeater. And then have another block right here. And again, this will all link into the other circuits that you haven't seen quite yet. And then what we need to do is come down here and have this circuit, and this circuit will actually go both ways. But what we need to do is we need to have it come over here, we need to have it link into this block. And now we get to show you why this entire thing runs on cake power. So go ahead and break this block here below the repeater, put a cake down, and yes, in Bedrock, a cake does indeed provide redstone power. And then put another piece of redstone dust right here, and why we're using a repeater right here is because when this pushes up, this will not activate this, only this will activate this. And this also helps with an issue of the fact that this will fire every single time an item goes in. We don't want that to happen. So we put our safety guards in. But for now, guys, there is part 1. Okay, guys, so what we need to go ahead and do to start off this section, we're going to be doing the lock, so that way we can fix the issue we just talked about. But first, what we need to go ahead and do is put in a glass block right here. And that's because I just realized where our hopper line's actually going to go, so that way we don't have issues, and I actually still need that glass block. So what we need to go ahead and do after that is we need to go ahead and put another glass block right here. And then we need to come down here and put another glass block, and then put in another sticky piston with a stone block, so a redstone transmissible block. Once that's in place, come over here, put redstone dust, then put normal redstone in. Then come over here, put in another block line right here, put in a 4-tick repeater. Put in a redstone dust, put in a block so that blocks that off. Come down here like so. And the reason why we had a glass right here is so when this activates, this doesn't activate this whole circuit and break it. So what we need now is we need a redstone torch right there. And as you can see now why this whole circuit works and powers through. And when this activates, this will actually end up turning this whole circuit off. Now what we do need to have happen is the reason why we have that whole system down here is so that way I can then go ahead and yoink power down here, and we're putting a repeater so that way we can actually bypass that piston first. And then go ahead and put a block right here, and then put a redstone torch. And this will then activate this whole circuit. This will then create a lock for this lock, and that lock will create a lock for this. Trust me, you need all of these. Now, what you need to go ahead and have happen for this is once this goes ahead and happens, then you need to put in your hoppers. So this hopper line just needs to come straight out like so. This is going to be your input. So this is going to be the items coming out of your storage system or whatever you're putting in here. And this one is going to need to have hoppers come down here like so. So this is going to have to curve. So put a hopper right there. And then come out like so. Maybe? Nope, that's going to face the wrong way. And this is going to right here, guys, this is going to be your output line. So, there you have it, guys, a shulker loader. Okay, guys, so to go ahead and show you how this works, we're here at the thumbnail. The video tutorial we did was right there. As you can see, it's the exact same circuitry, it's just my hopper line for re-entry has to go right here. But other than that, it's still the exact same circuitry that you saw earlier. So go ahead and put in your empty shulker right there. As you can see, this then activates. And this is actually why we have the lock in place, so that way this doesn't end up breaking it. And yes, we are running this on the power of cake. Do not eat that cake, it'll break the whole system. But as you can see, this whole locking mechanism is in place. And why we have the second lock is because this actually operates on this, which operates on this. This one operates on this one's system. Okay guys, so we are about to wrap up. As you can see, the shulker is about to finish up. This system itself is for a full shulker loader. And as you can see, it goes ahead and gives me back my shulker box with the full items. That retracts. All of our extra stuff would end up going back into there. And as you can see, this whole thing recycles back together and resets itself. So there you have it, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. So today we are going to do a shulker unloader video. Most recently I posted a video on how to make a shulker loader. So I'm going to show you how to convert that into a shulker unloader in addition to a shulker loader. However, you will need a storage system like this in place for it to work. And this video is going to get split into two parts. The first part is going to be how to show you how to set up this part of the circuit. Second part is going to be here. But as per usual, guys, here is going to be your supply list. Okay guys, so we are back here at the tutorial that I did for the first part, so we're just going to continue here. As you can see, I kind of just tacked on part of the storage system that we need. Our entire storage system, including the circuit I'm about to show you, is entirely titleable. And what that means is it fits in this one wide gap here, which means you can just keep expanding it over and over and over without having any issues. Now, what we need to do is we need to modify this a little bit. So, the original sorter that I had you guys do, if you watch the video in the description, was this one. What we need to do is we need to change this a little bit. We need to have this come right here. Come on. We either need to alter this one and have this come over here. Make sure your filter gets reset to 41. And then you should have all your normal stuff in here, right? So now what you need to do is you need to have a hopper line coming off the bottom. And then you want to have it also come out like so. And this hopper line will be the joining piece of all of them. It's just the reason why you have this individual hopper right here, so that way you can keep this way of doing it tileable. What you also need is a button. You need a button. You need it to be right here. Next, what you need to go ahead and do is you need to dig below this button. And you need to place a sticky piston, like so. And then you need a redstone block, like so. And then you need a copper bowl, but you need this copper bowl to be on. Then come down here, put a comparator. Then break outwards. Then come over here, put in a repeater. Put in another repeater. Then put in a redstone torch. And put in another redstone torch right there. And what that does is it negates locking this one, but it locks this one when we need it to. And what will happen is when you then press this button, this then turns off, therefore unlocking this one, allowing items to flow through. So if I go ahead and show you this, put iron in there. As you can see, it can flow through right now. You turn the system back off, can't go anywhere. Okay guys, so once you go ahead and have this circuit in place right here, what you need to do then is you need to take a hopper. Give me a hopper. And you need to come out, you need to go more than 2. I recommend either going 3 or 4. With that version, it's not really a problem because we already go 5 wide, so the end just gets tacked on to here. Only reason is so that way when you create your second bubble column, it doesn't interact with this wiring system at all. But what you need to do is once you have your circuit like this, I believe that should be far enough out. We're gonna go one more. Then you want to come over by 4. Then what you need to do is you just need to replicate that bubble column. So get one of these, plop you down, get some soul sand, plop you down, get one of you, plop you down, do that, do that. Then once that's done, come under here, do that. Put that block back because that block's really important. Then put another comparator, make sure this comparator has light turned on. Once you do that, come down here, don't break through the bedrock. And the reason we need the target block is so that way it redirects the redstone. Then come up here, just fill in all your holes that you don't need. Come up like so. And what you want to have happen here, guys, is you need this circuit here, not this circuit, this hopper line to come around the back. And this is going to be what it inevitably feeds into. So come up like so. And you don't have to use glass, you can use any block. I just like using glass for my bubble elevators. Then go ahead and put in your water. There you have it, guys. Part 1 of the shulker unloader circuit. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. So, today we are going to finish the shulker unloader part of the storage facility. As you can see, you can make it this big. If you've seen the other two videos, you've kind of seen what we've been doing. If you haven't, I recommend you go watch those other two. They should be in my videos section, and they will also be in the description. Anyways, here is going to be your supply list today. And let's get into it, shall we? Okay guys, so for this section, what you need to do is you need to come over to your area here and to add in a shulker unloader. What you need is you need to go ahead and put down 2 hoppers like so. This is going to create your shulker unloader section. Then after that, what you need to do is you need to come here to this part of the underneath section. And you need to dig out this area right here. And you need to put in a redstone torch. Then you need to come over here, put down redstone dust. And right here you need a repeater so that way it doesn't interfere with that section at all. Then you need a torch, because what that'll end up doing is that will block that system from automatically activating when you put in your full shulker box. Next, what you need to do is you need to come over here like so, and you need to bring your redstone dust over. Once you've done that, you just need to then go over to here, and you just need to then bring over 1 block. And then you just need to bring up a block right here, and then another redstone torch right here, and we're just going to create a redstone torch ladder, like so. And what this will do is when this ends up getting turned on, this will then get locked by the redstone torch below it, which will prevent it from pulling any items out of a shulker box. And what that'll end up doing is then it'll allow this circuit to also activate, allowing you to have your shulker loader and unloader in the exact same circuit. And there you have it, guys. Both a shulker loader and a shulker unloader in the same compartment.